Hello everybody and welcome to week 10 of FBL. If you didn't watch Team Builder for this week, here's a little reminder, so pause to take a look. His team is Hydreigon, Victini, Persimmon, Registeel, Rotom Wash and Kartana, so let's see how the fight went. So he leads with Persimmon. I lead with Kangaskhan. I switched out. I don't want anything to do with Persimmon, so I sent out Milotic. He used CC, since it was super effective on Kanga and his defense and special defense fell. I restored some HP with leftovers. He switched out his Migvic, and he sent out Registeel. I used Scald and I didn't get the burn. And we both recover some HP with leftovers. I used Scald again, and this time I got the burn, which is great for me. And he used Stealth Rock, and pointed stones float in the air around my team. And once again we recover some HP with leftovers, but this time he was hurt by its burn. I used Toxic, but it failed, because he's already burned. I used Toxic, because I thought he's gonna switch out, and he used Toxic, which activate my Marvel Scale ability. We both recover some HP, and also lose some, because of status effect. This time I switched out Milotic, and I sent out Arrow, pointed stones dug into Arrow, and he's exerting its pressure. He used Seismic Toss, which does the same amount of damage every time, in this case 34%, and Steel recovered some HP, and was hurt by its burn. I used Fire Fang, since it's super effective on Steel. I lost some HP, because of Life Orb. He used Seismic Toss again and down goes my Aerodactyl. And once again Steel recovered some HP, and was hurt by its burn. I sent out Kanga, and pointed stones dug into Kanga. I Dynamaxed my Kanga and I used Max Flare, and for some reason he survived on 6% and sunlight turned harsh. And he used Toxic, and now Kanga was badly poisoned. And once again Steel recovered some HP, and was hurt by its burn, and Kanga was hurt by poison. This time I used Max Knuckle, Kangaskhan's attack rose and down goes Registeel. I don't know if I used Knuckle when I used Flare that would finish him off, but he's down now, so it doesn't matter. And once again I was hurt by poison. And he sent out Persimmon as replacement. He used CC, since it's super effective on Kanga and his defense and special defense fell. I used Max Knuckle again, and my attack rose, but doesn't matter, because next turn I'm going down. And once again Kangaskhan was hurt by poison, and Kangaskhan returned to normal. For some reason he switched out, and he sent out Rotom. I used Body Slam. The opposing Spishonyabish lost 57% of its health, a little over half. The opposing Spishonyabish restored a little HP using its leftovers, and Kangaskhan was hurt by poison once again, and down goes Kangaskhan. I sent out Tapu Lele, pointed stones dug into Lele, and the battlefield got weird. He switched out Rotom, and he sent out Persimmon for some reason. I used Moonburst, it's super effective, and down goes Persimmon. The harsh sunlight faded, and he sent out Victini. I switched out Lele, and I sent out Rotom. He used V-Create, and for not super effective move, that did a lot of damage at least Victini's speed, defense and special defense fell. This time he switched Victini, and he sent out Rotom Wash. I predicted the switch and I used Volt Switch. Rotom went back, and I sent out Lel, and pointed Stones dug into Lel. The opposing Spishonyabish restored a little HP using its leftovers. He switched out again, but this time Rotom, and he sent out Victini. I predicted the switch again, and I used Shadow Ball and the opposing Victini lost 65% of its HP. He switched again Victini into Hydreigon. And I switched also, and I sent out Rotom. And the weirdness disappeared from the battlefield. The opposing Hydreigon put in a substitute. He lost 24% of its HP because of that. I used Pain Split to recover some HP, but it failed, because she's behind a sub. The opposing Maleficent restored a little HP using its leftovers. Maleficent used Nasty Plot. Maleficent's special attack rose sharply. I used Volt Switch, the sub took damage and unlucky for me, I didn't break it. Rotom went back, and I sent Milotic out, and pointed Stones dug into Milotic. Maleficent and Milotic restored a little HP and Milotic was hurt by poison. He used Dark Pulse and it's a crit. Last time flinch, this time crit. Anyway, down goes Milotic. The opposing Maleficent restored a little HP using its leftovers. Again. And I sent Rotom as replacement for a fainted Milotic. He used Dark Pulse again and down goes Rotom. The opposing Maleficent restored a little HP using its leftovers. Again. And I sent Tapu Lele out, and pointed Stones dug into Lele and the battlefield got weird. He used Dark Pulse again and down goes Tapu Lele. The opposing Maleficent restored a little HP using its leftovers. Again. And I sent out my last Pokemon Duraludon, and pointed Stones dug into Duraludon. I used Draco Meteor, it's super effective and Maleficent's substitute faded, and Duraludon's special attack fell harshly. And he used Draco as well, and the opposing Maleficent's special attack fell harshly, and Duraludon goes down. And that's the game. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.